Have you ever sent a Word document for review and received a completely different version back? Hello and welcome to Ben Academy. In this video, you will learn how track change and review help you control edits, comments, and revisions without losing anything, and you can manage the comments from different users and different reviewers at once. Let's get started. I'll show you what's the options here in track change and review. Suppose we have a file like this. If you are a reviewer and you want to leave some comments and do some modifications, it's better to keep the original text and add some modifications in addition to the original text. For example, if you understand that it's wrong, you can delete it, but it's better to use track change to keep the changes. To do this, you should go to the Review tab and turn this on, track change. You can also use Ctrl, Shift, and E to make it on, make it enable or disable. If you understand that it's wrong, you can delete it, and you can see that it's now red with a line drawn on the word. It means that it's omitted what your suggestion, and you can write another word instead, and it has automatically underlined, and they are all written in another color. If the file is modified by different reviewers, every reviewer have its own color. And for example, if I change the format of this word, I want to make it bold, you will see that a balloon is added here, that it's written, format is changed, and it's converted to a bold word. If I use underline again, I'm changing the format. If I also change the font, it's another format changing, and you can see that they are now all visible as balloons. If I add a comment like this, again, I can go to the review and use new comment or ink comment. New comment is a comment written by keyboard, and ink comment is a comment used with a pen or handwriting. So I know where I'm now using computer, so I will write with keyboard and use new comment here. I will suggest something that you should explain why, and some explanations that can be added here. I may understand that it's not correct. It should be 50 instead of 25, and I will suggest to use millimeter instead of meter here, and some other modifications that you can do. Another comments may be raised here, something like this. And these are the changes you are doing as a reviewer. And as a person who is receiving the comments, you will face with such a file, and you want to decide which comment is acceptable and which one should be rejected. So using the options here, you can do this. First, I will describe the options to show and to make hide every different type of comment and markup here. By default, all markups are visible here. You can see that changing the format, leaving the comments, deletion and insertion are now visible here. But you can change it to simple markup. You can see that everything is hidden, only comments are visible, and there is a line here that it shows something is changed inside this paragraph. If you click on this line, you can understand that what is inside the modification box. So you can also again close it and open it, and you can see for reading the text, maybe in some cases it's easier to close the modifications, and for checking them again, you can open it and check. Another option here is no markup. Nothing is shown as markup inside the paragraph, but you can see that the format changing is applied, but you can't observe my comments. You can't see what was the original text here. For checking the original one, you can use the last item in this menu, that is original, and you can see the original text before my review. But the best case for checking the modifications is using all markups. So the other option here is to customize the show. Instead of predefined items here, you can customize it. You can, for example, remove comments. Now my comments are removed. You can remove ink comments that are written with pen. You can remove insertion and deletion. You can see that that is now removed and live is substituted. And formatting can also be removed, and all the format changing are applied, but it's not written as balloon here. You can make them visible again by choosing them one by one. We can also allocate which type of revision is shown in balloon or which one is shown inside the text. By default, comments and formatting are visible in the balloon in this pane, but the other one are visible in the text inline. You can say that all revisions should be visible inside this pane as balloon, and you can also specify that all revisions should be shown inline. Even the comments are also written inline, and by pointing the mouse you can see the comments are visible here. But the best case is to add everything as default and make the comments and formatting in balloon. Okay, the other option is reviewing pane. You can add a review pane vertically or horizontally. You can observe all the revisions here. All the comments and also modifications are available here, and you can see them here as a separate box. You can also move between the comments using the option next and previous. You can use the next, and you can see that they are now selected one by one, and you can go back using previous option. And the pane can also be shown horizontally, and you can also remove the pane from here and work on the original file like this. By checking the modifications, you can select to accept or reject them. You can right click on them to accept or reject, or you can use these options accept or reject here in change part. By checking the menu, you can see that you can accept and move to the next. So deletion of that is accepted and it's moved to the next item. I can also accept or reject and move to the next, or reject without moving to the next like this. I can also reject all the changes if I don't accept and I'm sure that all of them are incorrect, or I can accept all the changes if I'm sure that all of them are correct. And the last option is similar to previous one, but in this way, after accepting or rejection, you will say that track change will be disabled. So if I accept all the changes and stop tracking, you will see that this button is now disabled. Let's make it back and undo. The last option that is useful here is compare. After completion of the checking the file and completing the revision, you can save it with different name, and you can compare your file with the original file like this. You can browse the file and open it, and Word will be open them side by side, and you can check every single word, and you can check what has been changed and what is not changed, and you can decide again by checking and comparing your original file and the revised file in this way. Here you can also combine revisions from multiple authors into a single document. You have an original file and you have sent them to different reviewers, and everyone has applied specific modifications. You can combine all of them to apply and use all the comments and modifications at once in one file, but it's better to check it again, and in some cases some comments and some modifications are applied at to the specific text. For example, some person may said this should be a live load, and some other person may change it to another type of load. So you need to be sure, and you have to check all the revisions by your own, and don't trust to the combine option here. It's my recommendation. In some cases, you may want to lock your comments, and after finalizing your change, you can lock tracking, and you can set a password and re-enter it to confirm. In this way, the other users cannot apply and accept or reject them. You can see accept and reject is now deactivated, and if you right click on them, you can see that all the options are now disabled. By enabling them and removing the lock, you can accept or reject the modifications. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope this trick was useful for you. And if you have any question about track change and the options here and other options in Microsoft Word, you can leave your comments and ask your questions. I will try to answer them in a few seconds. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in other videos.